Good morning. Thank you for joining us today here in Los Angeles. I'd like to start by recognizing the men and women of our law enforcement, special investigations, and our legal teams whose hard work was responsible for making today's charges and the arrests that we're announcing today possible. I'd like to recognize Chief Ed Medrano, who's here to my right. He is the Chief of the Division of Law Enforcement at the Department of Justice. I believe we'll be joined as well by Lance Winters, who is the Chief Assistant Attorney General in our Criminal Law Division, whose team will handle the prosecution that we're going to talk about today. Our teams stand ready to investigate and take down criminal activity wherever it occurs. That includes the fight to bring justice to survivors of abuse and exploitation. No one, not just in California, but anywhere in this country, should use their position of influence or power to abuse or exploit another person. And when that happens, and we get reports of that, we will try to take action. In 2018, our office began an investigation into Mr. Derek Hay, the owner and operator of LA Direct Models, an agency that represents actors in the pornography industry. During that investigation, our special agents uncovered an illegal, high-end prostitution operation allegedly led by and involving associates of Mr. Hay. Those associates, Corinne Michmichian and Dwight Cunningham, allegedly set up hundreds of sexual encounters involving models employed by Mr. Hay between 2017 and 2018 through a company called The Luxury Companion. Michmichian and Cunningham allegedly benefited by taking a cut of the money from those encounters. And they are alleged to have leveraged their relationship with LA Direct Models to procure women for the purpose of prostitution. These three individuals are accused of a pattern of exploitation. In at least one instance, Michmichian and Cunningham allegedly promised a young woman an opportunity to be filmed by a well-known producer of pornography films in exchange for working with them. In another instance, Hay allegedly withheld work from one of his female clients to pressure her into prostitution. Lance Winters has just joined us. The defendants also allegedly instructed the women on how to operate, including by telling them to secure payment ahead of any sexual encounters. Today, we're announcing 12 felony charges for pimping and pandering against these defendants. One of the defendants, Dwight Cunningham, has been arrested and is currently being held by the LA County Sheriff's Office. The two other defendants, Corinne Michmichian and Derek Hay, are not yet in custody. These charges are allegations only. Each defendant enjoys the presumption of innocence always in this country, and we respect that presumption here at the Department of Justice, but we look forward to proving our allegations in court. We also believe there may be other victims, and we encourage them to please come forward. They can contact our office, and I'm going to give you a phone number where they can contact us. That would be area code 323-765-2099. One more time, 323-765-2099. Exploiting young women for profit takes a pretty cold, hollow heart. It's disgraceful. Our society, fortunately, is changing, and more women are shining light on abuses perpetrated by people in positions of power. At the California Department of Justice, we welcome those women's voices and stand ready to hold those involved in criminal activity accountable. Today's announcement is a testament to that very fact. Because this is an ongoing investigation and prosecution will occur, there isn't much more that we can say at this time, but we will field any question you have as best we can. Before we go to the questions, I do want to take a moment and speak a bit about the coronavirus, COVID-19, and some of the actions the state of California has taken. Our state and our communities are working to take steps to respond to the challenges presented by the fight against the novel coronavirus. We applaud and appreciate the steps that folks are taking to help protect our communities, and we applaud those who are taking affirmative steps on their own to prepare themselves. Here's what we don't appreciate or tolerate in the state of California: those who take advantage of distressed families grappling with the effects of an emergency, who are trying to take steps to be prepared. With Governor Newsom's declaration yesterday of a state of emergency throughout California, price gouging restrictions have gone into effect statewide in California. Here's what that means. Businesses cannot exploit this state of emergency to unlawfully raise prices and attempt to unscrupulously profit off of this emergency. These price gouging restrictions make it illegal for businesses to raise the prices of most goods and services by more than 10%. Those goods and services include, but aren't limited to, emergency supplies, medicine and medical supplies, food and drink. I want to make another important point. This law doesn't just apply to price gouging that affects consumers. Hospitals, doctors' offices, and other critical organizations on the front lines of this emergency should never be charged extra for the supplies they need to do their jobs. Our message is this: it is not open season to gouge consumers and emergency responders when an emergency is declared in the state of California. If you violate our price gouging laws, you'd better be prepared to pay the price for your law breaking. Violators are subject to imprisonment in jail for up to a period of 1 year and or a fine of up to $10,000 per violation. Violators are also subject to civil penalties of up to $2,500 per violation. Injunctive relief as well could be issued against you, and mandatory restitution. We encourage anyone who has witnessed or has information about price gouging to call their local police or sheriff's office